Hi! First comment to the broadcast was Matthew Gold, and I want to say thank you to you for helping with moderating on the last broadcast. Yeah, that's all I want to say about it, but just know that it means a lot to me to have somebody who has my back, so thank you for that. Hi Ben, hi Rhodey, hi everyone. Welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. We are reviewing this book today. If you don't know, I go live on Periscope, Twitter Live every single day, 7 days a week for 3 hours a day, and I go live here on YouTube sometimes as well. So I'm live on both right now. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Periscope, that way you won't miss anything, and I have all my book reviews on my YouTube channel. You can also sign up for my book reviews email completely for free on my website, nextjuice.com. It's once every 4 months. So 3 times a year you'll get one email from me, that's all. And it'll be a complete compilation of all of the books that I've read in that 4-month period, a review and a summary of all those books, as well as a link if you want to get the book yourself through my eBay partner link. So, hi Lou, hey Product. So good to see positive, familiar, supportive, encouraging faces, and just focus on that. So thank you guys for being here. It means more than you probably know, and I just love you and appreciate you so much. Excuse me. So now we're going to review a book. If you don't know, I try to read a lot of books so you don't have to, and I tell you what the books are about, and we discuss them. So it is a live stream. I do respond with comments in real time, so there's a lot of, interruptions, and sometimes we get a little off track from the book, but we do talk about the book during the time. Ben, first Super Hearts of the broadcast. Thank you, Ben. Oh, he's going to make a mess. Ben? Oh my god. Oh, they dropped in so nicely. It didn't even make a big mess. Thank you so much. Hey, Product. Lou, I don't know who promised you that, but that was a fake flyer, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How can I make this right? All right, so the book is Make Your Bed, Little Things That Can Change Your Life and Maybe the World by Admiral William H. McRaven, who's retired from the U.S. Navy. It's a short little book, really clear and concise. Matthew Gold actually recommended this book to me, and I found the title in and of itself interesting, because if you're like me, you don't make your bed, and you fought with your mom most of your childhood about how pointless it was to make your bed because you were just going to climb right back into that bed at night. But the argument in this book is that you want to start your day off with a completed task. So it's getting into the habit of being productive and getting things done right off the bat in the beginning of your day. But it's also to serve as a reminder when you get to your bed at the end of the night that you can look at it and you can say, here's something I did well. Here's something I can rely and count on. Even if everything else in the day goes wrong and totally not according to plan, I know that I did this right and that this went well. So it's an interesting concept for sure. Thank you, Ben. I straightened it. I think you were there earlier, right, when I was straightening it in the private group. So thank you for that. Ed sent you an email about the free... Well, then just follow up with him. Apparently he has access to something I do not. Yeah, it is nice, the blue and gold, right? It kind of matches me today, too, actually. I have blue and these, yellow flowers on my shirt, so I planned that. Not really. All right, so it's the really short chapters, and most of the chapters, here's the table of contents here, most of the chapters are stories from his military career. So either his training or his experience in the military. I'm wondering if my focus on the camera is a little off. Let me see. It didn't seem to be focusing on that. Oh, seems okay. Don't know. I guess you can kind of see it, but when I move it closer, it doesn't really seem super clear, so that's my apologies on that. Yeah, I was wearing gold it's a gold book recommended by Matthew Gold. I'm wearing gold. It was all totally planned. Oh, thanks, Product. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Right now, more than ever, so thank you so much. So chapter 1, start your day with a task completed. That's what we just talked about. Chapter 2 is You Can't Go It Alone, talking about the importance of teamwork and how important that was in naval training and in his service in the Navy. And a lot of the things that they do in this military training is to teach you that you are not an island. You cannot do these things on your own. So many of the tasks require the physical support of multiple people, and the sooner you learn that, the better off you are. It's a bit humbling, but it also makes you realize that you are a part of the team and you contribute to other people's ability to get things done as well. So it's a pretty cool concept. I think it's been proven in many different ways. One of the most poignant is not in this book, but just as a side note, there's a Harvard study, a longitudinal study, that has shown that the number one predictor of longevity, aka how long you live for, as well as strong memory, tolerance to pain, having an overall positive mindset, is having a person in your life that you believe has your back and you have theirs. Just one person. Typically it's going to be a spouse, a strong companion. And the people who find at least just one person to have a good, strong relationship with live longer than others. So you can't go it alone. I mean, that's so true in so many different ways. So we just can't go it alone. I can't go it alone. These people make this channel possible. If not for them, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I'm not doing this alone either, even if it's just me on the screen. So thank you guys all for everything you do to make this all possible, because I love doing this so much. You liked his commencement speech at the end of the book? Okay, awesome. Yeah, the commencement speech at the end of the book basically summarizes the entire book. A partner in crime. Yeah, I guess. Hi, Jack, I'm good, and yes, I remember you. How are you? Yep, Mr. Scary, it's in the back of this book, that commencement speech, yep. All right, chapter 3. Only the size of your heart matters. The size of your muscles, your height, all these things in the military that they kind of looked, oh, this person looks kind of scrawny or weak or tiny. They're not going to be able to carry their own weight. They said that only the size of your heart matters, your character, your commitment, your dedication, your work ethic, your ability to not give up in the face of adversity is really what matters more than anything else. Hey, Q. Chapter 4. Life's not fair. Drive on. Just realizing that, the sooner you can let go of the desire for life to be fair and for everything to work out in a fair way, the sooner you can be at peace and just say, you know what, life's not really fair, and that's okay. And I'll be talking about that in one of my upcoming book reviews as well. If you don't know, I already read 5 books this week for National Library Week, so I'm going to be I just finished a book review about mindset by Carol Dweck. I'm doing this one. I have 3 more to do. I probably won't get to those tonight, but just be on the lookout for lots of book reviews, live reviews on Periscope and YouTube coming up, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss them there. Follow me on Periscope, and then you can sign up to get the emailed versions of these, which are much shorter than these long discussions we have about the books, into your email totally for free. Hey, 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 that's what your comment just reminded me of. That's some good brain feeding. Ooh. Too many people prejudge before they see the heart. Yeah, I mean, that's very, very common. I just wrote a paper last night in my social psychology class about withholding judgment. Don't judge a book by its cover. Midnight, you came back to us. Yes, thank God. I teasingly told Midnight I hope that he would never come back to my broadcasts again, and I wasn't sure if he would. He said, be careful what you wish for, and I was like, all right. Chapter 5. Failure can make you stronger. And if you were just here in my previous broadcast, we talked about this a lot, but just in case you weren't, this is the concept of a growth mindset, realizing that by failing, that's when we can learn. If we're taking a test and we get every single answer correct, we've learned nothing. We already knew all that stuff. If we get something wrong, we can go back, see what the correct answer was, and say, oh, okay, now I know that. Now we've learned something. That's really where the learning happens. That's where we become stronger and better and smarter. And failures in other places as well. So whether it's physical failures, which is a lot of what he talks about in the book, or failures in business, or with money, or with relationships, that's really how we learn. Of course, we're not always seeking failure, but when it comes, welcome it and say, okay, what do I have to learn here? This is a great opportunity for learning, even if it's painful. It's a time that we can learn, and something we can learn from. Hi, Mike. Ben's like, bye. Sorry. I've been talking a lot today on my streams. My last stream was almost 2 hours long, and I also have spring allergies, so I need lots of water right now. Hi, Didactic. Hi, Cher. All right, chapter 6. You must dare greatly. You must dare greatly. Get out of your comfort zone. This is reminding me, I still didn't make that disgusting sandwich. Ben, don't let me forget, tomorrow is disgusting sandwich day. And then we also have to do the things to Ed's car. I don't think he's in here right now, but I do the thing to his car. Is that it? I think those are the only two. Midnight said I kicked him out. I didn't kick him out. He left on his own. Ain't got time for that. Allergies aren't playing right now. I know. The wordplay? Wait, what wordplay did I use? He just came in. Yeah, he was in here, and then he left. I did not kick him out. So yeah, get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to take some risks. Be a little bit daring. You don't want to sit on your deathbed and look back and think, I didn't ever really try anything. I never really did anything daring, I never got out of my comfort zone. And that's where a lot of growth is going to happen, where you get stronger. I don't think he did, Ben. No, I don't think so. Not that I know of. We still have those saltines, though. That would be terrible. It would be terrible. Sorry, I don't know why I laughed. I'm just giggling randomly. Yeah, that would be terrible to say. That's what a lot of people say. They didn't take enough chances, Their life is probably not as exciting as it could have been. So, dare greatly. Chapter 7, stand up to the bullies. Stand up to the bullies. Whether they're bullying you or bullying someone else, stand up for what you know is right. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for other people. Don't become a human doormat, and stand up to them. Chapter 8, rise to the occasion. So when the going gets tough, the tough get going, right? So when the occasion calls for it, do your best, put your best foot forward. In Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements, he says always do your best. So that's a great way to summarize that chapter there as well. Oh, hey, Midnight, so glad you're here. Bullies are trash. Bullies are often bullied by their parents, and they often use bullying as a form of a way to get social status. So I wouldn't say that they're trash. I don't think any people are trash. I think that people just, people are people. We all do different things. Welcome back. We're so glad you're here. We missed you so much. We were all talking about how much we were hoping you would come back. Chapter 9. Give people hope. Gotta give Midnight a little hope. Give people hope. And that can be done a lot of different ways. So how can you ask yourself, how can you give somebody who needs hope, give them some hope? Midnight knows we're just teasing him. He does it to us, so taste of your own medicine. You've seen people get bullied, it's a pet peeve, yeah. I did not say don't come back. That did not happen. Ed's not even in here. He's probably in Sodom's broadcast. All right. And the final chapter, chapter 10, never, ever quit. I talked about that at the end of, or not at the end, but during our last broadcast about the growth mindset, is that you don't fail unless you give up. Success is working hard, trying a lot of different things, not giving up, not giving in. Failure is just giving up. That's the only way you can fail. It's not like you only fail when you give up. I mean, I don't need to overcomplicate it. So that is the summary, just based on the table of contents. Again, it's a really short book. Most of them are military stories. It's an interesting read for sure. Make Your Bed, Little Things That Can Change Your Life and Maybe the World by Admiral William H. McRaven. And he basically, in the beginning of each chapter, he says, if you want to change the world, the one is make your bed. If you want to change the world, let's see if I can find one. Get over being a sugar cookie and keep moving forward. So a sugar cookie in the Navy is when you have to go into the ocean, come out, roll around in the sand so you're completely covered in sand, and then you have to stay like that throughout the day. And they call that a sugar cookie. He was an admiral. I do care, Minna. You know I care. But, you know, in the public, we can't let on. Never give up. Never give up. Never surrender. Never back down, right? Stand up to the bullies and never give up. At the same time, so I guess there's a flip side to this, too. I didn't write this book, so obviously I don't necessarily fully agree with everything written in it. Sometimes, like, it's better to ignore a bully. If they're bullying you, right? So, like, for me, I have trolls on the internet. Stand up to them. Do you guys really want to watch me on a live stream, like, fight with a troll? Try to prove to myself that or prove to other people that what the troll is saying is not true? Prove to the troll that they're wrong? I mean, not necessarily. I can tell them, like, you're being mean, and I don't like that, and I hope that you'll stop. You know, stand up to them, tell them that I'm not going to take that, mute them, block them, but I don't really need to address it or fight back, you know? And Ben said yes. Depends. Trolls succumb to you? That must be lovely. You want me to kick his ass? Address it. I've done that before. I've watched broadcasts where people do that. It is not the energy that I wish to put out. It's not, those people have their opinion, right? They can have their opinion. I'm not going to change their opinion. I never have. People have been trolling me about the same stuff from the jump, you know? It's not really worth the energy and time to try to fight. It's better to have peace than to be right. There's no reason to prove that you're right. You don't have to do that. The people that are there, they're there to see you anyway, right, in a live stream. So the people that show up in my live streams, they're here to see me, whether they're trolls or not. They're here to engage with me, to get my attention, to hopefully learn something, to connect with the community. They're not here because they believe all these horrible things that trolls say about me. And if they see a troll say it, they're not going to automatically be like, oh, that must be true about her, you know? Coins. Coins. Why does that sound so familiar? Have we met before? Hello, Coins. What was your other username, or was it this? Coins? Coins. You block everyone, though. Yeah, that's probably the best strategy, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't recognize you. Oh, Coin Show. That sounds familiar. Pyramids at Giza, my favorite of all time. I loved being at the pyramids, yeah. But trolls are not... Their job as trolls is not to be respectful, right? And Dutchie. Hi, Dutchie. What about you? Trolls seek attention. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, in a way, it's like with your children. You don't... If your child is doing something really annoying or really frustrating... One of the worst things you can do is give it a lot of attention, because especially if you're not giving them attention for other things, right? So if you're kind of like an absentee parent, right? You're just sitting over there on your phone or reading your book all day long, and the kids are just trying to get your attention. Well, if they start going, or whatever, that might get your attention, and that's what they want. They want your attention, right? So they want your energy. That kids are very much like this. Not like they're like trolls, but they desire attention. A lot of people do. People want to be seen and recognized and acknowledged. And if being well behaved is not getting any attention, then being poorly behaved might get attention. So even if it's negative attention, the reality is that negative attention is better than no attention. So when you give them attention then and only then, you teach them that this is the way you need to behave if you want my attention. So that's an easy trap to fall into. And it's the same thing with the trolls. So if you give them a lot of attention, you go into a big long tangent and rant about how great you are in response to how bad they say you are, which just makes you look like some, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm not so bad. I'm really actually pretty awesome. Like, you don't need to say that, right? The proof is in the pudding. Like, do your thing. Let the product speak for itself. And the trolls have a right to their own opinion, you know? And they're probably bored and they probably want attention. So if you don't give it to them, then the only choice they have to get your attention is to try something different. Where if you give them attention when they do that, then they know this works really well. I got a lot of attention. I'm going to keep doing that, you know? Sometimes they like to get a rise out of you too, because maybe their parents were that way. Maybe they didn't get a lot of attention and love from their parents unless they misbehaved. So this could be a pattern for them, you know? They could also be 15-year-old kids and they're with their buddies trying to say, oh, what's some funny thing that we can say? Ha ha ha. And if I don't give them any attention, they're just going to find someone else who will. And then they leave me alone. And that's my ultimate goal. 3 minutes of defense and block. Not even worth that. Not even worth 3 minutes of my time. I appreciate that, Golf. I think so too. I want the opposite, but you won't block me because I love you. And you're beautiful. The degree of attention which separates them. Just wanted to chime in with Coin Show. Oh, hi, Dutchie. Some trolls show love. Well, so we use the term trolls very loosely, don't we, Product? Like, someone will come into my broadcast and be like, oh, I thought this was the Open Feet show. And I'll be like, you're a troll. You know, like, we use the term troll to mean, oh, you're teasing me. You're being, like, difficult just for laughs or whatever. So a lot of us are trolls in that sense. You know, what I'm talking about is, like, cyber bullies. It's probably a better word for it. Of course, Coins. Thank you for coming to this moment in time. You want to see me beef with trolls? Why? Why do you want to see that? You wonder what trolls do in real life sometimes? I spend too much time thinking about that and wondering that. It's none of my business, right? I gotta mind my own business. Hello, Dickie Lee. How's it going? Yes, Golf Cam. That is someone who hurts my feelings often. Ignore it. Works if they say something bad, report and block. Exactly. Pro-consumer safe. That's what I'm trying to do here, is like, there's no point. Now, if somebody who respects me and cares about me and is concerned or has a question says, well, what do they mean when they say this? Or, you know what I mean? Like, I'll talk about it. I don't mind having a calm discussion about something. And also, there are criticisms of me that are true. Of course. Like, I'm not perfect. I haven't made all perfect choices in my life, and I'm a work in progress. You know, I'm not complete, and I don't think anybody is. That's part of life's journey, right? I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to make better choices all the time. But I don't need to, like, constantly dredge that up and try to defend myself. It's okay. If they can only see me as the bad decisions that I've made in my past, then that's all they want to see me as, right? I can't change the way someone else sees me. I'm doing my thing. If they can't see anything outside of that one thing, then what can I do about that, you know? You see what you look for. We're on the same page. Yeah, we usually are, aren't we? The purpose is to get on your nerves, right? Exactly. So that's also, like, you don't want to feed them, you know? You don't want to give them what they want, because then they'll keep coming for more and more and more, and then they want a higher level of that. And so, like, someone came into my stream the other day and was like, I'm a big troll on Periscope. And I was like, okay, bring it on. Let's see what you got. And by the end of it, I was like, I quite like you. You know, like, I hope that you'll keep coming and hanging out. And they were like, yeah, they're like, I enjoy this too. Like, they weren't even trolling. And it's like, well, you just never know. You know, give everybody a chance. But once they've crossed a certain line, you know, or, you know, once it becomes like a habit where they just keep doing it, and if it distracts you from your goals, right? So this is online trolls. Like, you guys don't all experience this, but you experience some form of it in your life. Someone who wants to get a rise out of you or distracts you from your purpose, right? So your purpose is to make it to point, you're at point A, you want to get to point B. And there's this person who is like trying to suck all your energy and attention away from your goal. Not that they're intentionally doing that, right? They just want your attention. They're not really trying to, like, hurt you always. They just want your attention and energy. And if you choose to give it to them, then you're getting distracted from your goal. So, like, if I'm doing a broadcast and I'm trying to talk about positive stuff and doing a book review, and someone's coming in and talking about something that's really not related at all to what we're talking about now, and it's a trolling type of thing where they're trying to, like, incite me, not just like silly, oh, let's talk about something random, but really trying to incite some type of emotional response, that's not part of the goal, right? I have to stay focused on the goal. If I don't stay focused on what I want, who will? Who's going to help me get to where I want to be except me, you know? Yes, Colin, I miss that more than probably anything else. But at the same time, it's kind of cold in New Jersey right now, so I wouldn't be going to the beach anyway. So what I miss right now is going to the gym. That's my biggest one. Going to the gym and then going to restaurants. So let's say traveling, okay, being able to get in a plane and fly somewhere where it's warm to go to a beach, that's number one. Then the gym, then restaurants. But out of that, my life is pretty much the same, so I love that. And I'm actually enjoying homeschooling. I'm not the best at it. Like, I'm not meant to be a children's teacher, but I enjoy that time with the kids and seeing them learn and being able to kind of pour into them that way and spend that time with them is really, really rewarding. I feel like it's developing our relationship a lot as well. It's good to have friends who can be honest with you. That's so true. That is so true. No, shut up! Freaking Midnight. No, I'm not a freaking meth head. I've never done meth. You're such a troll. He. Now that I said that I have to address it if it's somebody who I know loves and respects me, which Midnight does, believe it or not, then he's like gonna say some crazy crap like that and make me address it. For fuck's sake. No, I've never touched meth. But I'm not judging anyone who does either. You haven't said anything that someone should speak on it. What do you mean? I usually just block instantly. That's a great strategy product. That's what I'm about most of the time, right? Right now, so I'm reading these books. It's like try to find a grain of truth in someone's opinion when it's different than yours, and just for fun, like agree with criticism, someone's criticism of you, and just see what happens, you know? And so I'm experimenting with some of that stuff because when I read books, I apply it to my life and I see how it goes. But I will say that tonight I was feeling kind of like down about some of it, and I was like, but Ed said a really good thing. He's like, there's nothing a troll can say that they haven't already said. I'm like, that's so true. Like, I don't know why. It's just, you know, I'm a human. Like, I have feelings. You know, when someone says mean things about me, it hurts my feelings. Whether or not I ignore them or block them, it still hurts. It hurts when people say mean things. I hope people realize that, because sometimes I wonder if they realize that. If they just are sadists, right? They just want to hurt people. That's sad and hurtful. And it's sad to think of their life because they couldn't possibly have healthy relationships when they enjoy hurting people. I like when people play music, sing, or talk interesting things. Well, thank you. I don't play music or sing, but I like to think what I would talk about is interesting. Of course, otherwise why would I talk about it? Sometimes I will work out my witty muscle and get at them, but usually block. Yeah, I learn little things sometimes. Like yesterday, someone said that my nose was red because I was in the sun. I was getting like a little sunburn, and they were like, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer or something. And I was like, hey, at least I have a song about me. That's fun. It's fun when you have like a little something like that. Hi, Jays. And there's things that don't bother you as much as other things, you know? Like people learn what your buttons are and what to push and how to hurt you. That's sad that they would try to do that. But it happens. Sage, hi. It's annoying always being the bigger person. Sometimes, yeah. Oh, yeah. The temptation is there, that temptation towards darkness, right? To just fight with someone and be like, well, you're obviously blah, you live in your basement, whatever. Like, you know, what people say, and I'm like, no. That is not what I want to say. That's not who I want to be, you know? Hi, Sage. Because hurt people hurt people. That's the saying, you know? If they're enjoying hurting me, chances are they're hurting a lot more than that momentary pain that I feel from them. Then I get to go enjoy my life, right? I get to enjoy an amazing life. Like, I'm a full-time live streamer, and I love live streaming more than anything. I get to read books, talk about books, live on the internet, hang out with people who are awesome from all around the world, meet new people every single day. I have 2 awesome stepkids. I have an awesome boyfriend. Even their mom is awesome. I even have a good relationship with her at this point. I got to have a great Zoom call with my whole family today, like extended second, third cousins, grandma, grandpa, everybody. Like, my life is so good. I get to experience so much pain-free experience, so that I just like, I can't bring myself to hurt somebody because they hurt me, because I'm like thinking they probably have enough pain. I think we all probably, you know, there's any amount of pain is like enough pain, you know, but I can't help but think that my life is probably a lot happier and calm than theirs. So why make their life worse, right? Because they're not really making, they're adding like 0.01% of worse to my life, which is fine. You know, we need a little bit of balance. We didn't get along at first. Well, Ed and I cheated on our spouses with each other. So I mean, I doubt that either of our exes are like each other's biggest fans. They're not our biggest fans or each other's biggest fans for obvious reasons. But yeah, she's been a hugely big person, and yeah, we go on vacations together and stuff. Yeah, it's been amazing. But I feel like that's really a credit to her, because that's like a power of forgiveness and just being like very mature, putting your kids first, and like just being like, okay, how can we live life? Like, how can we adapt to this new situation rather than just being like, I'm going to be bitter and resentful and mean, like, you know, and she didn't choose to do those things. So that's pretty cool. Marathon scope, took dinner, and a shower break. This is actually another scope. So the last scope was about the mindset book. This book is about Make Your Bed. I mean, this broadcast is about Make Your Bed, but I also am not exactly talking about that. I guess this is all about standing up to the bullies thing, you know? The Dutchie song, oh yeah? Pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side. Is it that one? You want to live in a basement apartment in Washington, D.C.? Oh, why don't you? I grew up in a place where if you didn't defend yourself, you were food. I read on my sociology class, I read about that. They called it, I think they called it street culture. Would you say that that was kind of what you're talking about? You don't like seeing exes? We have pretty good relationship with our exes. That's a classic song, right? Is it Peterson's book? No, it's called Make Your Bed by William McRaven. Hi, Moon. I read the Jordan Peterson book a while ago. The Dutchie song I made up. I do not recall this. Hi, Mike. Bye, Mike. Rude. I'm just kidding. Okay, well that about does it. That was 3 hours of content today. I know we got pretty off track here with this book, but this was a book review and summary, and then kind of an interesting discussion about this book, Make Your Bed, by Admiral William H. McRaven. Little things that can change your life and maybe even the world. I don't remember now. You never called it street, but you suppose? Okay. Because he's always talking about making the bed. Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, this is a different book. I don't remember the making your bed thing in the book I read of his. What is that? What was that? Oh, 12 Rules for Life? Something like that. I read that one from Jordan Peterson. It's the only one I read, so. Your son wants to be a SEAL. Oh, well, this would probably be a good book for him. I bet he would like this. This is actually very, very... Oh, put my lipstick on it. Very inspirational book, especially for someone who wants to be in the military, especially SEALs, because he talks about SEAL training, being a frogman. And no, product. That's not true. I actually did 3.5 hours of content today because I had to make up 30 minutes from yesterday. Good to see you too. Thank you so much to everyone who makes this channel possible, everyone who contributed on the website over the last 30 days. Thank you for you guys for being here and boosting my moods. I was feeling a little crummy before this broadcast, so big thank you to you. I hope you enjoyed this book review and summary. Remember, you can sign up to get my book reviews emailed to you totally for free at the link, nextjuice.com. That's where you can find my Instagram, my YouTube. I'm live on YouTube and Periscope right now. You can find my Periscope link, my Twitter, whatever, email, everything's on there. So even my Discord channel if you want to join there. Positive vibes to everyone, yes. You cannot sleep with me tonight. I don't know who you are. But genuinely, like, you guys really did make me feel so much better. So thank you. I know that I probably didn't feel too hard. You just came in and was being yourselves, and that really makes me feel so good. And I love connecting with you guys. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you from my space heater as well. I hope to see you on the next juice. I'll be back tomorrow for 3 more hours of positive content. We still have 3 more books left to review. I gotta go rest my voice box, and I'll see you on the next juice maybe, if I'm lucky. Good night, guys.